Hi everyone, my name is Keisha DeVenny, and Leslie asked me to do a little video of my studio. And so I'm going to show you in the studio, and I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. I recently moved my studio from another room and into this room, which is much bigger space. And I've had several studios over the years, starting off in one small room upstairs. Actually, the first one was a little tiny nook in my bedroom. And then when my son moved down to the basement, I took over his little room. And then I moved my stuff downstairs to another room downstairs. And then recently talked my husband into letting me have this space, which was previously the computer/man cave. So I have a lot more space, lots of room, lots of open space, which was important to me. And when I have extra projects that need another table, I bring in a table over here, straight ahead, and set up there. And so over the years, through decorating my studio, it's always been important to me to have lots of art and lots of collectibles, things that I loved, things that I found at the flea market. And it was more important to me actually to have those kind of things versus storage. Throughout the years I realized, well, you know, maybe I need a little bit more storage and less stuff. And that was kind of my goal when I moved over to this studio. But I'm not sure how well that worked out with the less stuff. But that's okay. I love my stuff, and a lot of the stuff that's kind of displayed out are things that I'll be using anyway in future projects. But however, I did up my storage. Let me back up a little bit. Knowing that I was coming into this room, I knew with the high ceilings that I would have room to go up with my storage. So I set out to find pieces that would kind of work in that way. And I also knew that I wanted older pieces. I didn't want, you know, IKEA stuff. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I really didn't feel like putting it together, number one. And I just wanted something with a little bit of history, little stories to tell. And once I got my furniture in here, you know, my studio looks like it's always been here. And that's what I like about it. So I found this great bookcase here. Kind of think of like a general store type of bookcase, and it's exactly what I wanted. Lots of big shelves with depth and room to put things. And so I got baskets and kind of organized over here as far as I just know what's in each basket and what I would do with them. So up at the top though, I went more for, you know, displaying some of my favorite thingies. Dolls, let's just say dolls, my favorite dolls and stuff. This piece over here, the dresser was given to me by a friend, and after she gave it to me I realized why, because the drawers are very hard to open in the middle. It's a very strange design, but that's okay. It was free and I'm happy to have it. The bookcase I bought at the flea market for $10, which was a steal, and still look how much height I have up there. So I just stacked the bookcase on top of the dresser to create a bigger piece to take up that wall space. And then I tried to fill in every nook and cranny with furniture and kind of have stations so that I know what's going on. So over there in the corner there is painting stuff. And this big unit here is another two pieces put together. So when I found this cabinet right in front of me, it has 24 drawers. I mean, really, how could you just not want that? And then the piece above it was separate, and I just had the two put together, so the one on the top. And so I've got every one of those drawers, of course, is full, and it's great though because I can just sit at my table and know that I do not have to search throughout the house for things that are, you know, down in the basement or upstairs, or it's just nice to have everything together. Of course, there's still room for fun little displays and art. And that's another thing, too, that I wanted to talk about. Painting on my wall, paintings on my floor. The other thing I wanted to talk about too was just the fact about more paintings on my floor. I like to surround myself by my art and art from friends, art from classes that I've taken. There's a piece that I took with Leslie Venable. Here's a piece that I took with Michael DeMang that I made in his class. And on my travels, there's a painting I bought in New Orleans that I was just so happy to have. Little gifts from my friend, like this doll that she left me, and art bought by other artists. This is by Clarissa Carlson. A painting I did in Kate Thompson's class. And I just find it very inspiring to be surrounded by all this art. It makes me very happy. And for those of you who prefer very, white, clean, not so cluttery type of studio, that's totally fine. I get that. This is just what makes me happy. And again, more storage here. 3 bins at the bottom, 3 in the middle, and just full of stuff that I've been getting acquainted with, so I know where it is. This is all jewelry components here. And some books over here on this really great piece from the flea market. And then again, when I do more assemblage things or jewelry, I found this piece is just so awesome because the drawers pull out and lots of storage. Look at all that good stuff. So, but there also comes a point when, if your studio's busting over with so much stuff, which, let's all face it, that does happen to us. I know when I moved into the studio, I purged a lot, and that's kind of funny considering how much stuff I still have left. But, I've been pretty good about not going to the flea market anymore, or not as often, or I only go with a purpose, like if I'm teaching a class and I'm looking for something specific. This is another station I've set up, and I do like having different stations. So this is where I do all my soldering or jewelry, and painting gets done over there, but I'm finding that my desk is a little too small for that. So I'll have to work around that. Maybe I'll do clay there, and then, like I said, either set up my easel or bring over another table over here. I'm just being very flexible with it and go with the flow. And enjoying my studio, enjoying the artistic freedom in here, and how motivating it is to come and just sit and enjoy. I listen to my music, and more paintings on the floor. And as you can see, I've really not limited myself to what I will do in here. So the floor used to be carpeted for many, many years. Went through many, many dogs and just smelled like many, many dogs. So when my husband pulled it up, I said, nope, I don't want anything else. I'm just going to paint on it. And there's some fun leftover things from when Dylan was a little boy that he drew on here. So I'll keep that there. But you can see I've just made this my own environment. It's my safe little haven, and I can come in here and work, play. The dogs come in, there's plenty of room. More art that I've collected, more art of my own, or that friends have traded with me. Just lots of fun stuff, makes me very happy. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or anything else, we're always happy to talk about our studios or fun things that you might see. And thanks for joining us. Take care.